Yeah, have it.
Hi, Abhinav.
It will wait. Now we'll let people join it.
Yeah. Can you make me the presenting screen? Disable the participant share screen and share.
Now you should be able to share screen.
This will stop others. I'm just sharing. I'm just trying. Okay.
Just try.
You're able to see my screen, right, Abhinav?
Yeah.
Okay. I have opened Notepad. Are you able to see it? No, right?
Notepad, no.
Okay. Okay. You can take over, Abhinav.
Yeah, sure. Right. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We'll be starting really shortly as per our designated time. We'll give it about 2-3 more minutes and then we'll start. Right. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, hi Srinivas sir. Can you hear us, Srinivas?
Hi, Abhinav.
Hi.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, loud and clear. So we'll take about 3-4 more minutes. We'll let more people join in and then we'll start.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Right. Hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Abhinav, part of the marketing team here at Avali Solutions. This webinar is on prestige constructions lessons from a successful cloud archive journey. It's a very important one. Thank you for joining in. Let me say that at the outset. I'll quickly introduce my co-host. I have with me Mr. Vittal V, who is the practice head for archiving practice at Avali, and of course we have our guest speaker for today, Mr. Srinivas Rao, who is the AVP at Prestige Group. Srinivas has about more than 25 years of experience in business domain and IT, about more than 17 years of experience specifically in SAP applications. He's a strong techno-functional, has strong domain experience as a techno-functional consultant across multiple industries, and this of course includes pharmaceuticals, edible oil, so on and so forth, right? And if you just read this bio, it's already mentioned here that its strength lies in implementing integrated solutions with SAP technologies in different modules, whether it be engineering, construction, operations, so on and so forth. So he has extensive knowledge in various SAP functional modules like SD, REFX, PS, MM, FICO, so on and so forth. Right. So yeah, thank you, Srinivas. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for taking out time. I'm sure our audience will immensely benefit from our interaction today on the cloud archive journey of Prestige Constructions. Right. Sure. Okay. So
yeah, thank you so much, Abhinav. I thought that just you are giving pause for me.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you can continue. Just let me know when you want me to intend.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much. Right. So the agenda would be to kind of set the context in terms of archiving, why data document archiving is so essential, by our organizations looking at it from a kind of a TCO standpoint, so on and so forth. We'll look at OpenText core archive solutions specifically, moving into cloud, why our organizations opting for it, what are the key benefits, business benefits, so on and so forth. And we'll look at specific business scenarios, and then we'll move on to specific questions around Prestige Constructions, Prestige Constructions journey into moving into cloud with their data. Right. So we have very limited time. The webinar is of about 45 minutes. We have reserved few minutes towards the end for any kind of question and answers that you might have. Feel free to kind of utilize the Q&A and the chat section if you want to kind of ask any question. If there are any comments, please do that, but all lines are muted for clarity purpose, right? And as I said, so do you have any comments, questions, do mention that in the chat section, right? Okay, let's I'll just quickly hand over to my colleague Vittal. Vittal, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Abhinav. So I once again take this opportunity to thank you all for joining, for giving your valuable time. So let's talk about archiving. So why archiving is important? So when I talk about archiving, so what do I mean? So the major part or the major issue that every organization that have ERP are facing is the increase in their size, especially the database size, and the organization is finding it difficult to maintain the whole hardware and software when it comes to the database. So this is where the archiving plays an important role. So once we implement archiving, so what actually happens is we will be moving your less frequently used data, which is no longer required, but it is still in your database accumulating space, because of which you will be keep on extending your hardware, and also along with the hardware you will be putting your cost in the maintenance, in the upgradation, migration, all these things, right? They'll come into picture once your database size keeps on growing. So by implementing archiving, we will move your less frequently used data from your SAP DB to a secure storage. So in our case, our OpenText core archive. So by doing this, the first main benefit is you will get your DB will get a breathing space. So automatically your cost reduction for your memory, your hardware, disk administration will drastically reduce. And then your cost for upgradation and migration will be effective. And then the best part is your system performance will improve by shortening your response time. That is what we have seen in all our implementations. So now coming to the different types of opportunities or the facilities that are available is one is master and transactional data archiving, incoming data archiving, outgoing document archiving, and print list archiving. So when I talk about data archiving, so what do you mean by data? So data is nothing but your transactional and technical data that gets accumulated on a daily basis from your day-to-day business. So let's say if you create a purchase order, so that is a data. For you, it is a purchase order. But for the system, it is data. It is consuming size. So this is when I call as data archiving. So what we do as part of this data archiving is we do an analysis to find out who are the top size occupiers in your database, and we strategize a plan to move them to a secure storage. So the process, as you can see on my screen, right, we have a concept called as something called as archiving object. So through which holds all the relevant tables through we call it we have a write job which writes the business complete data to an external file, and we have a store job which stores this file to a secure storage, that is our core archive. And the last part is the delete job, which deletes the data from your SAP DB. So the moment I mention delete to all of our clients, the major concern or the major questions that they have is how the data is retrieved once it is being deleted from the SAP DB. Will there be any third-party tool is required to access the archive data, or the users need to be trained, or will there be any change management? What will be the format of archive data when retrieved? All these kind of ambiguity questions will arise. So to answer all this, what SAP has done is they have come up with a very ingenious solution where the archive data is made accessible only through SAP. So there is no change management, there is no third-party tool is required, nothing of that sort. As you can see, right, there are different archive accessing methods that is available out of the box by SAP, where we call as archive infrastructure, read program, archive enabled transactions, and DRB. So through this, your archive data will be accessible through SAP, and the best part is the end user will not know any difference. So whatever the data that was archived, it will be retrieved in the same format to the end user. So when I talk about archive infrastructure, these are nothing but a rows and columns. So whenever the data gets deleted, a metadata of that is saved in the DB or in our SAP DB. So that will help us in accessing the archive data quicker. So when I talk about archive enabled transaction, these are the standard transactions that the end users use day in and day out. What SAP have done is they have archive enabled these transactions, meaning when a user executes this transaction, right, what happens in the background is the program will search for the data first in the SAP DB. If it is not available, what will happen? It will search for in our external storage. And there is no customization or anything has to be made here. So this is available by default. As you can see in my screen, right, the best example or the example that everybody will be looking for is how do I retrieve the financial data? So as you can see in my screen, I have displayed, I'm trying to display an archive transaction from a standard transaction that is FB03. As you can see on the left side, the data, on the right side, the data is displayed. Only thing is a message is being displayed saying that the document is already archived. Apart from this message, the end user will not know any difference. And not just this transaction, there are plenty of other transactions like FBL 1 and 3 and 5 and your customer report, vendor report, GL report, all these are archive enabled. So you need not have to be worried or concerned about your data, what will happen once it is archived. And another example, what I would like to give is our purchase order retrieval. where you can see on my screen a pop-up window will come to lose for the user to let them know that whatever the purchase order that are trying to access, right, it is being read from the archive. And apart from this, these are all functional data. There are low-hanging fruits, right, which yields better result, or your technical data. These are all very which are usual suspects, or what I would like to call them as the major culprits who will be hiding in the plain sights without your own knowledge. Your database logs, your change logs, application logs, intermediate document, your SPWP, your work items, right? So this without your own knowledge will be accumulating in the background. So once we do this analysis, right, we will give you an insight on what are all the tables that are accumulating, especially these technical tables, right? So these are all very low hanging fruits with the quick wins, which can easily be archived, and it will give an immense performance improvement right away. So this is what we have seen from our previous experience, and this is what I had to tell about data archiving. So before I jump on to document archiving, I would like to talk about the main hero of the whole this webinar. So that is our core archive. So core archive is a brand new solution that is provided by brand new solution offering that is provided by OpenText, which is primarily used for storing our archive data and document. And this is also used for imaging. That is directly we can scan your hard copy and store it in the archive and link it to your SAP business transaction. And if you're having the documents lying in your desktop, or if you're receiving any supportings or invoices through email, within just with a touch of a button, with a press of a button, it will automatically be linked to your SAP business document. And there is a business process view option is also available, where a 360-degree view is there. And the best part is this is integrated with SAP Fury, and it supports Archive Link and SAP ILM out of the box. And the best part is now everybody is going for S/4HANA, including our Prestige. So our core archive supports S/4HANA as well. So as you can see, right? So main functional advantages is, one, like I said, this core archive is on the cloud, meaning you need not have to worry about investing in hardware, need not have to worry about maintenance. And best part is this is a SaaS model. So this software as a service, and maintenance, upgradation, everything is taken care by OT with a 24-hour support. And when it comes to compliance, this is ISO SOC certified software. And when it comes to scalability and security, this is completely encrypted. So the best part is, once the data is archived, the only way through which we can access the data is only through SAP. No outsider can poke and retrieve the data. So that's the best part. And the URLs are HTTPS URLs, and the data, like I already told you, right, it is both encrypted on the data centers as well. And it comes to functional advantage, like I previously mentioned, it supports Archive Link ILM, S/4HANA on-prem and cloud. And the best part is compression and encryption is on the fly. I informed about running the jobs, right? So the moment we start running the archive job, automatically compression and encryption happens. So you need not have to invest separately on any third-party tool for this. And the client-side softwares that are available are SAP GUI and Fury integrated. Okay, business process views, image viewer and scanning solutions, like I previously told, and desktop and email integration. So now coming to document archiving and document business scenarios. So when it comes to document archiving, right, the best part is SAP has out of the box have provided archiving document through workflows. So by doing this, the main function, what happens is the advantage that is already present or given by the SAP will automatically be applied to our document archiving scenarios as well. So if we archive any document through workflow, one, it is traceable, and logs will be always available for auditing purpose. And the best part is we can make use of maker checker concept here. So there are two types of document archiving that are available. One we call it as early archiving, another one we call it as late archiving. So what do you mean by early archiving? So early archiving is you are attaching a document for an SAP business transaction that doesn't exist. Meaning you have not yet created a purchase order, but you want to attach some supportings to that purchase order. So SAP has provided a workflow in such a way that you can first archive the document and then create your SAP business transaction. There's a late archiving scenario as well, where you already have your invoice or your material document created, but later you receive your gate entry or delivery note or your invoice supportings, but you want to attach it. So that is also a facility that has been provided, where you can assign documents to an already existing SAP business document. The best part, like I told you, right? You can implement a maker checker concept as well. So where a maker can attach a document, as you can see in my screen, right? The maker will attach the document, and the checker will get a mail in his SAP inbox, and then the maker, he or she, will be able to verify the document. Post the verification, she can easily attach to the SAP business document. And once attached, the same will also be visible. So let's say if after workflow, if you still need to attach any other documents, even that facility is also available out of the box, which we need to enable it. So if you have any attachments that you need to attach to, let's say, a purchase order in this example, you can, it is just a touch of a single click, right? You can easily attach the document and it will be archived and will be readily available as on when needed. That's the best part of going digital. So this documents, right, will be available for all the various purpose, for your verification, auditing, for any purpose, right? This will be made available, because it will always be available with the SAP business transaction. So this is what I wanted to cover when it comes to document archiving and the scenarios. Now let's talk about our business scenarios or doculing. So when I'm taking an example of two main business process, one is O2C, order to cash, another one P2P. So when it comes to order to cash, right, you can see the whole life cycle starts from the order entry to our payment collection. So on this whole journey, there will be a lot of unstructured documents will traverse through the journey. So let's say, let's take an example of contract or the email conversation that you have with your vendors, your clients, for a particular order confirmation. So that's once the order has been accepted, right? The order confirmation, delivery note, shipping note, and lastly invoices. So all these unstructured documents get generated. So because there is no space or no facilities to store, so this, for the most of the time, that gets misplaced. So through this document archiving and doculing scenario, you immediately can attach, store the document to the particular business transaction. And the best part is, with this 360-degree view, all that will be available in a single place. Meaning, if you just provide your sales order number, automatically the system will provide you the hierarchy of the sales order. What is the sales order? What is the goods receipt that was attached? What is the delivery number? What is the invoice that was attached? What is the invoice number? Who attached it? And the best part is, it will also show you the supporting documents. If you can see my screen, right? This is a document screen where I have just passed our sales order number, and you can see the system along with that number. It is also showing me what are all the sales attachments that is along with that. And then it is showing me a hierarchy. What is the delivery that is linked to that sales order, and what is the goods movement, invoice, and number of, if there are any particular number of line items also there, even that is also being displayed. This doculink will go into the granular level to fetch you the data, all the data at a single place, which I believe no other solution provides. And very less people are aware of this as well. So now coming to my next business scenario, that is procure to pay, which I believe is one of the main business line for any organization. So our the whole business starts from the analyzing or what you can say from vendor evaluation till our invoice and payment. So here also a lot of unstructured documents get generated but never gets attached to the particular business transaction. As you can see here, right, vendor evaluation, your quotation, order confirmation, your delivery note, invoice, all these things, right, can be brought under one single roof. If I just by giving a purchase order number, it will show me the goods receipt, the invoice, whatever is attached, right? It will all things will be available under one single roof. So this is the best part about DocuLink, which comes as part of our archiving offering. And when I talk about offering, so apart from this data document archiving, which is standard out of the box, we also have some other offerings as well. As you can see, when it comes to data archiving offering, we do archiving analysis. Like I previously told, we analyze your database to tell you what are all the top tables, and we will provide you with a strategy or a plan for archiving. We do data archiving implementation. We do cleanup activity where we do a complete health check, consistency check, and clean up the archiving runs, make the system be more efficient. And we also provide custom solutions where we do Z table archiving, which is not a standard functionality, which we customize. And we also enable custom reports to retrieve archive data, which is again not out of the box. And this needs to be tweaked a little. Your custom reports will be tweaked in such a way that it retrieves the archive data. Now coming to document archiving offerings, we implement document archiving and ADA functionality. And then we also do a content migration where we move your documents from your SAP tables to external archive, and also from your SAP content server to our OpenText core archive. We also perform major upgrade activities of our upgrade archive center, where we are seeing all the archive centers that were implemented 3-4 years back, along with the vendor invoice management or separately for some other engagement as well. We upgrade it to the latest version, and we migrate your archive center to on-prem and cloud as well. And if there are any issues in your archive center, we also restore them as well. And as part of a custom archiving document archiving solution, where during Corona, as you are aware, the whole country was shut down. Automatically, people started following the digital sending documents through digital formats, especially through emails. So what we did was we customized few solutions for uploading documents in mass, and we have also implemented extraction and ingestion solution as well, where we extract the data from one particular SAP instance and then ingest into another SAP instance. So this we have done, we are doing for on-prem and as well as SAP DB as well. So these are the SAP offerings that I needed to tell that we have for the SAP OT archiving. Yeah, Abhinav. So you can take over.
Right. Thank you, Vittal. Thank you for walking us through this. We would pause. Maybe if you have any questions, audience, please let us know. Okay. Right. If not, then we'll probably move on. Just give me a second. Right. So next set of few minutes, what we'll do is dedicate these minutes into asking some of the very important questions with respect to Prestige Construction's cloud archive journey. And here I'll invite Mr. Srinivas. Right. And my first question is, of course, on the lines of Mr. Srinivas, what kind of business challenges that you were facing that actually eventually led you to undertake an archiving project? Yeah, Srinivas, if you're speaking, you're on mute. I'll just ask you to get unmuted.
Yeah, sorry, one second.
Yeah, you're audible. Okay. Yes. Do you want me to repeat this question or you?
No, I understood. Okay,
sure,
thank you.
Sure.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me to share my Prestige experience, how we did and what experience we had with OpenText. And at the same time, thank you very much for participants to joining. Just first, let me start with my profile and my experience and my prestige. Total overall that you already seen brief about my experience, overall 25 years of experience I have in business and as well as IT. Currently, I am leading SAP in Prestige Group, all SAP practices, and we company as a Prestige. The most of the people might be aware in who are in Bangalore or South in slightly North also. We are into real estate business. We are into various segments: residential, commercial, hospitality, and almost we are in all major cities in India now. The majorly mostly in Bangalore and South, and recently we almost 2 years back we landed in Bombay, and now Noida. Like the mostly we are in getting into enter into the north also, but one of the most very experienced and the one of the best real estate in south people will consider, and we have a very good and great brand. We will sell the Prestige, and the tagline of Prestige also I would like to say, happily add Prestige to your life. Okay. This is my company's profile. I would like to tell you now slightly what the decision and what the challenges we had.
Sure.
Now, what happened actually when we just before getting into answering this question, I want to give you a brief about my experience of 1 year. Sorry, 1 minute. We started our S4H journey. We were in ECC till 2022 February. And somewhere in 2021, we thought of that we want to migrate to S4H. And we were searching for what kind of partner who can help us to migrate S4H. And at the same time, we are thinking about what kind of infrastructure also we need to migrate. Then that time, somewhere in January 21, we got to know from SAP that they are offering Rise with SAP option as a SaaS mechanism. So that then we thought of that, okay, let us think about that also, because we were also thinking to migrate completely from on-prem to cloud. Okay, why can't you think about Rise with SAP option? Then we had several discussions with them, and we finalized Rise with SAP option. Then while doing the finalization of the Rise with SAP option, we got to know that the existing ECC content server DMS is Rise with SAP is not supporting. Okay, we need to migrate to OpenText. Then we had a lot of discussions. Now, why you are forcing us to do it for OpenText? Why can't you ask us to continue existing DMS only? Okay. Because that time even I am not aware that what is the features of OpenText, and basically we were also worrying about there is a lot of content is there, all of 7 years content. Now, when we are migrating something to the any new application, okay, what kind of problems we may face and what kind of the connectivity which we established. We were in a just ECC system. We are having a lot of fear factors actually that point of time. Then we had a detailed discussion with them. Then they also explained us this is how to migrate to OpenText and what kind of help we will get from the SAP to migrate to the OpenText. Okay. This is the one technical challenge. Okay. Then other than that, when you ask me what is the business challenges, why you decided that, I would like to give a brief about my Prestige real estate at the rapid business growth also, because this is the one of the decision. We thought that now this is the best and correct time for us to migrate to the OpenText. Now currently our Prestige group turnover is 13,000 crores, and just before 1 year, that our turnover is 10,000 crores, and before that last year that the turnover is 5,000 crores. Now you can imagine the growth we are moving 5,000 to 10,000, 10,000 to 13,000, and this year we targeted 20,000. Now just imagine the business growth. Now, if I am not able to meet their the growth rate, if I am not able to scale up my existing database, okay, I don't know whether I may end up in the reducing the performance. Then I thought that, okay, this is the best time for us to migrate into the OpenText. And the technical challenges is, as I said, I need to support my rapid business growth, because we were started facing some performance issues when we are using ECC with the old content DMS server. And at the same time, when we are migrating to S4HANA, because the DMS is no more with S4HANA, then we thought that better to migrate to the OpenText. Hope
Got
I
it.
answered, Abhinav.
Got it. Thank you for providing those, background and especially leading up to what business challenges you were facing, right? My next question is on the lines of, among different solutions available in the market, how exactly, did you arrive at choosing core archive solution, OpenText core archive solution?
Yeah, good question, Abhinav. See, as you rightly pointed out, we were having that time fear factor. Okay, why need to migrate from my existing content server DMS? But ultimately, when we decided that we want to move from DMS world to TMS, then we also got a lot of internal queries. Then why we need to go ahead with only OpenText? See, when we are changing something, okay, why can't you compare and why can't you decide something best in the market? Okay, then we started thinking about what best we can do. Then see, before thinking about any other product, basically because our core ecosystem is completely depending on SAP products, because my the 99% my core ecosystem is depending on SAP. And so I thought of that first before getting into the any out of SAP product. Let me think about what is capabilities of SAP OpenText and what best I can get it in OpenText, so that I can also give that that support for my decision. Then we started analyzing. Then we got OpenText core archive kind of for SAP solution. It will give the real-time connectivity with my all SAP existing objects. Like as I said, there is a lot of data is there. My sales order data, the document which are related to the sales order, because my real estate is the it's not a like FMCG company, just like I sell something and I will leave now, because each and every transaction has to carry 4 to 5 years minimum. If when something today I sold, that I need to carry the 5 years of data and 5 years of interaction and 5 years of the lot of legal documents are supposed to be available in my system at any point of time, as for internal reference also, as well as statutory for me. Because all these are all, most of the documents are not a statutory, most of the documents are legal documents also. Then we started analyzing. Then we thought that, okay, the existing documents I can archive easily as it is with existing object links. If I go ahead with OpenText core archive connector, that is one of the best feature. I thought that, okay, we need to do. And this each and every object, whenever, sorry, each and every document, whenever I am attaching into the SAP, all are linked with SAP transactions. And one of the best feature I was that time I was very impressed is the one of the business process overview. Just now, Vittal has shown that one screenshot.
Yeah.
But the one of the screenshot I've seen, and I've decided that I want to go to the OpenText, because that we were struggling in my with when we are not in OpenText. And somebody are asking, Srini, I want to know the list of documents related to the purchase order, the list of documents related to the particular sale. Okay, now I need to get into the purchase order, then I need to go to the link. Just to search for one document, I need to go everywhere and I need to search. Then the way the DocuLink is established, the flow of documents, then this, I thought that, as I said, because for me, each and every document is important, because my transactions are not instant transactions. My transactions are relationship of 4 to 5 years. Hence, this is going to be one of the major factor for me to choose this OpenText. And other than that, we thought that there are we have from future roadmap, like we thought of that time still was our thinking. We are planning to implement vendor invoice management also, because Vim is also their part of OpenText, and like Vim is having the OCR facility. Like there are other facilities are also there. Then I thought that when we are deciding this, currently that time I was considered an OpenText core archive, because my priority was to migration. But we have a roadmap. By considering that roadmap, I feel that OpenText is the best fit for my requirement. Hence, we thought that this we decided to go ahead with OpenText, Abhinav.
Right. Thank you for that insight, Mr. Srinivas. What I'll quickly do is I'll launch a quick poll for our audiences. I've launched that. I'll request audiences to please respond to this very simple 2-question poll, so that will give you an insight on how many of you are looking at archiving, how many of you are already have some archiving solutions, right? So yeah, please do respond to this poll. We'll wait for a minute. Yeah, we'll request if more people can just participate in this poll, give us an insight on kind of data and document archiving you might be looking at eventually. Do you have any archiving solution in place? Thank you thank you people who have already participated. We'll request rest of the folks to please participate in this. We'll get an insight on this. Right, last 30 seconds. Please go ahead. Right. Thank you thank you everyone who have responded to this poll questions. Right. Okay. Moving on. I have two more questions for you, Mr. Srinivas. Very important question would this one. In terms of what kind of business objectives were you looking to meet, and I'm sure you've touched that in the past. But if you could just give us a summary of what kind of specific business objectives were you looking at the start of the project, and could you just give us an insight on process before versus process after, after the implementation of this archiving solution?
Sure, Ravina. See, when you ask about before starting this project, the major
Yeah.
objective for me is, as I said, I have been having some fear factor that time. I thought that first my objective is to migrate almost, we were having 300 GB storage, because there are a lot of very, very important documents are available in the system. And those are all, I need to migrate as it is into my OpenText, because the biggest challenge for me is the old infrastructure is what we were using is on-prem, and that was almost end of life. And I need to ensure each and every piece of paper or each and every piece of the document should be moved to my OpenText cloud, without any data leakage, without any missing of the documents. And at the same time, I need to ensure those documents are which are connected to the respective SAP transactional objects. Because now that was my end of life by my previous infrastructure. Now, if something happens in my new whereby I'm migrating by Rise with SAP with OpenText, okay, I may not have the documentation which I can't restore also from my old infrastructure. Hence, I was very concerned about to migrate each and every document into the new system. That was my primary objective of this complete exercise. And the second thing is, I need to reduce the completely maintenance downtime. The problem is now, that time we were doing two activities. As I said, might be if I take only OpenText project, might be I can think in a different way, but I have taken two projects. I'm running two projects parallelly. I'm migrating my complete SAP to Rise with SAP. Infrastructure I'm upgrading. And if you ask me three projects, I'm updating infrastructure and I am converting my ECC to S4H. And at the same time, I'm migrating my DMS to the OpenText. Now, those two are my major objectives. Basically, I need to ensure each and every document move to the OpenText, and I need to reduce completely the downtime. These two are my primary objectives. Okay. Other than that, we are having few products, third-party products, like we used to scan and attach the documents. As I said, we are having a roadmap. In that roadmap, I thought that I can use the your OpenText to replace few of my third-party products, because as a standard product, something is available in OpenText with SAP. Why can't use it? Why I need to use the third-party product? Okay. Other than that, now the biggest feature which I'm happily using is a process of before and after is, I can tell you that one of the best feature we are using the business process overview and the docu link. And at the same time now, we don't have any. If you ask me what else you are getting any monetary, then if I can tell, currently we don't have any DMS consultant. Earlier we are having DMS consultant. Now after I moved to OpenText, my basis consultant, he will handle whenever something is happened and slightly with OpenText, because that when it comes to technically, there is no much involvement is required when we are using the OpenText.
Got it. Got it. Thank you for that. Right. My last question here for you would be in terms of, or rather, sorry, second last question. So, what do you believe are the benefits of moving to the cloud and and a software as a service model, SaaS model, via OpenText Core? Right? Yeah. So that's the question.
Yeah, this is very common question when
Yeah.
see, basically, I will not worry about my sizing. Okay, the best option is I will get the flexibility whenever I want to upscale. Because my example is earlier before moving to OpenText, I had having huge investment on my on-prem infrastructure, because that time we were also not aware when we were implementing SAP in 2016 what kind of sizing we need, because real estate is very difficult for us to calculate the sizing, because sometimes some document may have 100 pages, sometimes may have a 1 page.
Sure.
Okay. Hence, it's a very difficult, but somehow we technically, our technical team has calculated the sizing and we arrived, but we bought a lot of huge investment on infrastructure, but we were not able to use fully. Hence, when we are moving to SaaS, first we concentrate on that, what is currently we are using and what next 5 years we want. Then accordingly only we finalized. Then I thought that now today's situation, SaaS is the best model to choose, because we will get the flexibility to uptrend at any point of time.
Right. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. So finally, how did you arrive at Avali Solutions as the implementation partner?
Okay. Good question, Abhinav. This I would like to happily to share with you. So we were searching for the partner for my S4H, basically. Sure. Right? When we started searching for the partner, that all the top 4 partners, and we interacted with everybody, then they, I think that point of time, even they were not having that much expertise in OpenText. And they all are claiming that they are also having expertise they can do, but when they started interacting with him, when I started interacting, because technically I'm the person who is finalizing, I need to take that responsibility, whether they are having that. See, when it comes to S4H or something is happened, we have our own in-house team I can manage. But OpenText, we don't have any expertise. I want somebody who is very good in the market, and they should not be depending on my own expertise. And when we are searching for them, they all are claiming that they are also having expertise. But when we analyzed and when we asked of SAP, and we got to know that Avali is one of the best implementation partner for the OpenText, and through which then I decided that I don't want to see. Normally that time even management is also asked, why Srini, why you want to go ahead with 2 different partners? When you are taking one project, why can't you mix as a one project and give it to the only one? But I have taken, Avali is having a specialization in OpenText. I want to consider this as a separate project, OpenText as Avali, and I want to take the full expertise from the Avali. I don't want to compromise in OpenText implementation. I want to take all features of the OpenText. Hence, I split this project as a 2. S4H migration, I given it to the one vendor. OpenText, I given it to the Avali. I'm very happy because Avali has completed the project on time. And at the same time, as my biggest worry is the downtime need to manage, I think Avali has helped very systematically and planned well, very well, so that I think I completely migrated to my system in all core documents of, because the approach is also very good. What we did is we have taken from 2021 first and 20 to 19, 18 like that we have migrated. Hence, I thought Avali experience helped us to complete the project on time. And the decision on Avali is based on your expertise and based on interaction. And when you are discussing with your team has helped us the wherever we are in trouble and wherever we need some technical guidance. I feel what we decided to go ahead with our Avali, I feel we did a right choice, Abhinav. Very happy.
Thank you for good word of mouth, Srini, and thank you for answering all of these questions. Would wait for any kind of audience questions. The floor is open. Would you have any questions, comments? Do let us know. We'll be happy to answer those. Right. Okay. So if there are no questions, then I'd like to thank all of the attendees who found out time and attended this session. I hope it was kind of fruitful value of your time. What we'll do as next steps is share this presentation deck with you as well as the recording of this webinar, so that you can walk through the session at your own rewalk. You want to share it across, you can do that, right? And yeah, thank you again, Mr. Srinivas. Thank you for finding out time from your busy schedule and kind of joining this session to kind of walk us through some of these important questions that we had. And I'm sure that will help our audiences.
Thank you so much, Abhinav, for giving this opportunity. Hope I shared with my experiences. Okay, if anybody are having any query, just please definitely I can answer. Thank you so
Sure,
much.
sure. If there are any queries that would be incoming, we'll definitely route that into your direction. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. We'll see you at the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Vittal. Thank you.
Thank you, Srini sir.
Thank you, guys.